There's a peculiar kind of dread that settles in when you realize that the shadow you've always considered an extension of yourself has intentions of its own. It was a regular Tuesday afternoon, the kind where the sun casts long shadows that seem to stretch endlessly over sidewalks. I was walking home from the corner store when I first noticed it, my shadow lagging behind me, just a fraction slower than my own steps. At first, I shrugged it off as fatigue. But then, as I turned the corner, I watched in disbelief as my shadow continued straight, slipping into the alley like a mischievous child seeking adventure. That night, sleep was elusive. Every time I closed my eyes, I could see it, my shadow, not as a mere silhouette but as a dark entity with desires of its own. The next day, it became bolder. In the grocery store, while reaching for a box of cereal, I caught a glimpse of it reaching for something else entirely, its fingers stretching towards a flickering light bulb. Panic swelled inside me. I rushed out, leaving behind a confused cashier and a shopping cart full of abandoned items. The world around me seemed to warp, as if my own shadow was trying to pull me into its strange, parallel existence. Determined to confront this anomaly, I sought the help of a local historian who specialized in urban legends. His eyes widened with recognition when I described my experiences. He spoke of an ancient curse, shadows that gained sentience and sought to melt with their human counterparts, ultimately consuming them to gain freedom. My heart raced as he explained that the only way to sever the bond was to trick the shadow into thinking it had already won. A part of me doubted the absurdity of the tale, but desperation has a way of breeding belief in the unbelievable. I devised a plan. That evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, I stood by the lakeshore, the water reflecting the fiery sky. I watched my shadow dance on the surface, an eager mimic. With trembling hands, I stepped into the water, letting it envelop me. The historian had warned me of the risk, but it was a risk I had to take. As the cold water rose above my waist, I felt it, a wrenching sensation, as if something was being torn from me. My shadow writhed on the water's surface, a dark specter in its death throes. Then, with a final, desperate lunge, it sank beneath the waves, leaving me alone in the twilight. The relief was palpable, yet a haunting thought lingered: shadows never die, they merely bide their time, waiting for another chance to be free.